Welcome to this Weebly tutorial for beginners. In this video, you will learn how you can set up your own Weebly website for free, and I'll show you everything from A to Z what you need to know about Weebly and creating a website on Weebly. So the first thing you want to do is to sign up on weebly.com. So I'll click on sign up, or you could also click on create your website. You can see you will then need to basically enter in all of those details. And after you've entered in all of those details, you will need to agree to the Weebly's terms of service, and then you can click on continue. You can see this form is submitting, and after a few seconds, you should be redirected to your Weebly dashboard. So now you can see it is asking you what kind of website you would like to create, and here we will just select I just need a website. Then after you've selected that, you can then go ahead and select a theme for your website. So should it be a business website, a portfolio, a personal website, an event, a blog, and there are some other themes that you can also explore. Now I will choose this one right here, and you can see you can preview this theme right here. So this is pretty much how it will look. And if you like this theme, or if you've selected a theme, you can click on start editing. You can see that takes a while again, and then you should be redirected into the Weebly dashboard where you can edit your website. So here you can see the website is loading, and you can select your own domain name. So I will select domains 123. I'll search, so I'm not sure if this domain is available, and I will just choose this subdomain because that way it is free. Otherwise you will need to pay for those domains. I can see this domain is not available right here, so I'll basically type in some numbers after that, and I'll click on search again, and I can see this domain is available. So this one is free, these ones are paid. I'll click on the free one, and you can see we could visit our website if we open up this domain. So if you go to the website, you can see it is not published yet, so I'll need to click on done, and we would need to click on publish in order to view that website publicly, but we will do that later on. First, I'll want to show you the dashboard, because if you log into Weebly, you will not see this, what we are seeing right now. You will see this right here. So this is your dashboard after you log in. In here, you can basically see the page views of your website for the past 7 days, the unique visits, and the pages views per visit. So how many pages does a visitor visit if he lands on your website? On the left side, you can see this website section, and here you can click on edit site, and here you can also purchase a domain or change your domain. Now, if you have a store, these sections here might also be very interesting, like fulfillment, for example, or orders. Since we're not building an online shop, this is not really relevant to us. So what we want to do is to click on edit site right here, and then you will basically get back to this website builder. So you can see we can now edit all of these things, or all of the content of this website. So for example, we could change this title right here to something else. For example, this could be welcome to my site. Here we can also change the header, so if you can either insert a logo here, or you can just use text. So you could, for example, change this to your name. So for example, name 1. And here you can also change the description. So you can basically style your hero section as you want. And if you scroll down, you can also edit those sections right here. So you could, for example, choose this section right here, which means you're selecting this whole container. And you could, for example, edit the background color of this. So you can either click on change color. That way you could change this color right here. If you would like to change the color of that, I will leave it white. So I will select the container again, edit background, change color, and I will leave it white. So if I go back, you can then also click on scrolling effect. And if you click on reveal, you'll basically see that the content will basically fade in like that, but you will see that later on when we visit the public website. If you click on advanced, you can also align content. So for example, do you want to push everything that's inside of it to the top. But as you can see, nothing really changes because this is a template, and so things have been taken care of. So if you would be building this from scratch, you would see that the content would kind of look messed up if you change the alignment here. Now that's about this container right here. If you now go down, you can see there are more containers here. So we have one large container that contains this background image. You could replace this image, or you could also edit this. And you can see inside of that there is another container. So if you can see, if we make this smaller, this is basically like a space where you can insert stuff, so or text, for example. So on the left sidebar, we have components that we can drag and drop onto our website. So you can see titles, text, images, a gallery, a button, and if you scroll down, there are even more things. So for example, if we would like to insert a button here, or we can just take this button and drag and drop it onto this space. You can see this is the container right here, and we can insert the button here. So we can now also shrink this this container above that, so you can see the button then moves, and we can then also change this button right here. So if you click on the button, this menu opens up, and here you can change the button text to, for example, click me. You can see the button text says click me now. You can also change the button style, so you could make it black, especially when you're having a white background. This could be really good. You can then go back again, and you can change the position. Now it is aligned to the left. If you want to make it centered, you can see you can just click on this, and then the button appears in the center. Here you can change the link. So for example, where should this button get you to? Should it open up the email application on the device? Should you get to a file? Should you call the phone number? Should you get to a website? Or should you get to a website of yours? So for example, we are on the home page right now. If I would like this button to get us to contact, this button will get us to the contact page of our website. You can also choose to open this contact page in a new window. However, I do not prefer, or I do not recommend using that unless it's an external link. So here you can also change the spacing of this button, so you can change the margin and also the padding. Usually I wouldn't change these things unless you know what these things are. If you're familiar with CSS, you probably know what these things are. Otherwise, I wouldn't really bother changing them. So here I also want to show you one thing. I'll change the button text to contact, since we have changed the link to contact. So the text now represents the link basically. So if you would click on that, it will get us to the contact page. But you can see it doesn't look very good on that background, so I'll make sure to resize this container above that, so this button appears on a white background. Now if you scroll down, there is this next section. You can see you could also change the title here, so this could be title #2, and here you can also change that description. These are all just placeholders, so you need to adjust this website, or adjust that website content to what you're looking to create basically. And if you scroll down, you can see there's this next section, and we are already at the bottom of the page. Now if you scroll up again, you can see that there is this notification here. It says that if you want to remove the Weebly branding from your footer, you will need to subscribe to a plan. Now I'll show you what this actually is. So if we click on publish, you can then see it takes a while until the website is published. And if we now go onto our website and refresh, you can see this is our website that we have just created. You can see this is the template. Here's the text that I've changed. Here is the logo, or the name that I've changed. And if you scroll down, there's even this contact button right here that will get us to our contact page. The powered by Weebly footer is this thing right here. So if you have your website, people will actually see this right here. If you don't want this to appear and you don't want to purchase a paid plan, there is actually a way to get rid of this. Now I've already made a video about how to remove that. You can watch that video in the top right corner. There I show you how you can use JavaScript to remove this thing right here, so your website will not have any Weebly branding at all. So it will look like just a usual website. So if we now go back into our website editor, you can basically change the website content here by drag and dropping stuff from the left sidebar menu, or deleting content that is already there. Now what I want to show you is the pages menu. So here you can see the pages right here. Now here you can see all of the pages of your website. So here we have a home page, we have a service page, so this is our service page, we have an about us page. You can see if we go back and click on news, we also have a news page, but you can see we don't have any blog articles yet, and we also have a contact page right here. So these pages were created by this template. So these are all pages that belong to the template, and you can adjust the content on all of these pages. If you want to add new pages, you can click on this plus icon right here, and here you can add a standard page, a blog page, a category page, a product page, an external. So this will be a link to an external page, and then a non-clickable menu. However, I'm not quite familiar with that. So that's everything you need to know about the pages section. And one thing I also want to mention is that you can copy sites or pages as well. So if you click on this home section right here, you can also copy this here. So if you click on copy, you can see we have a home page here, and we also have a second home page here. Obviously you would need to change the name of this to something else, like home 2 for example, and that way you would have a second page here with the same content. Now if you would like to change the content here, you could also change everything that you can see here, and it would not impact the actual home page or the first page that we have copied or that we have duplicated. So that way you can also duplicate pages easily. Now the next thing is the theme section. So right now this theme is a light theme. You could also set this to a dark theme. Not all themes have this as far as I know, but you can see that the text is black, for example, the button as well, and also this navigation bar here. So you can see I can change this theme from light to dark or from dark to light. Now here you can also change the theme. So for example, if you remember from the beginning, we were able to choose a theme from this theme gallery, and you can browse themes here and choose a different theme if you don't like the one that you're using right now. You can also import a theme right here, so you need to make sure that it is a zip file that contains your theme, and the zip file that you're uploading has to follow these or has to meet these criteria. So that's how you can change the theme. If you want to change the font, you can also do that here. So for example, if you click on change font and the site title, you can see this is the site title right here. If you would like to change the font of that to something else like this, you can see the font on the website is the same, only this site font has changed. And so you can change the font for various things like links, buttons, blog quotes, headlines, and so on. That's about the font. Now the last thing is the theme options. However, these are not very important and you usually don't need to use those. Now what I want to get to is apps. So if you click on apps, these are basically things you can integrate with your Weebly website. So you can have integrations with Printful, Google Ads, and some other popular apps. And if you scroll down, you can even see the categories e-commerce, communication, marketing, social. So you can see you can add a PayPal payment button, you can add or you can integrate Printful, and if you click on marketing, for example, you can integrate Google Ads with this, or Rabbit SEO. I don't quite know all of these applications, but you can see there are a lot of integrations that you can use with your website. However, this is more advanced, so that's not really something you need at the start. Here I want to get to the settings because those are really important, and this will also be the final thing. So you can see we're in the general section right here, and here is the site title. The site title is the one we can see in the top left corner, so this is this right here. And the site category is basically the category that your website falls into. So you can see this is a business website right now. If you would like to make it a portfolio, you can just choose portfolio. Here you can see the SSL. The SSL basically means that this is the website has a secure and SSL encrypted connection, and I would highly recommend not disabling this, because then your website is not accessible through HTTPS but only through HTTP, which is not a secure connection. So make sure not to disable this, because this should always be enabled. Here you can choose the favicon icon. You can see in order to change the favicon icon, you will need to upgrade your plan. Until then, your favicon icon, so the icon that appears in your browser tab, will basically be this icon of Weebly. Here you can also choose a site password to protect your website basically, and if you scroll down, there are just some other things like site formatting, cookie banner, and your AdSense authorization code. If you want to know more about how to include Google Analytics or Google AdSense with your Weebly website, make sure to watch the video in the top right corner. And here you can also unpublish your website if you would like to take your website down. Now the next important thing, and this is really important actually, is the SEO section. So SEO is search engine optimization, and this basically means if you optimize your website for SEO, you can then show up in Google when some people search for something specific. So for example, if your website is about hiking in US and someone searches hiking in US, then your website will show up. This was an easy metaphor. This is not exactly how it works, but basically your website will show up when people search for specific keywords. So in order to optimize your website, you can change the content here. So you can add a site description. That will be the short description, the short snippet that people will see when they search for something specific on Google. So they would then see your title and your site description below that, and this is the site description right here. You can only have up to 250 characters, as you can see, so that's a really short description. Here you can choose the meta keywords. So here are the keywords that you would like to rank for. So for example, as said before, hiking in US. So you can separate them by comma. So for example, I can also choose multiple keywords, hiking in US cheaply, or I don't know, something like that. You can enter in all of your keywords in here. Here you can enter in footer code. This is really important if you want to integrate Google Analytics, or if you would like to get rid of the Weebly branding. Both videos, I've linked you both videos in the top right corner. Both of them include having to work with this. Here you can change the header code. So for example, if you're using Google Webmasters, for example, the Google Search Console, to track your Google SEO performance, you'll then have to insert that code in here. You will know what I'm talking about if you have used the Google Search Console before. And one thing is also, if you don't want to show up in Google at all, you can hide the website from search engines. That way, there is no way to find your website on Google, but I'm assuming this will probably not be the case for anyone. And here you can also add 301 redirects. So for example, if you have an old URL of your domain name.com / page 1, and that page does not exist anymore, and you would like to redirect those people to your contact page, you can basically set up this redirect right here. Now the next thing is editors. So you can add editors to this website. You can just add the email and include a message, and they will get an invitation, and if they accept, they will be able to change the content on your website. Here you can manage members. You can see members or groups, and here you also have my apps. So these are integrations, as you can see. If you click on go to App Center, this will be the same as clicking on apps right here. And if you go to blog, this is basically our blog section. So you can see how many posts should appear on your page, and you can change the header code of those blog posts, the footer code, and also implement a commenting system. But that's pretty much everything you need to know about building your website with Weebly. If this video was helpful, make sure to like the video, and thank you for watching.